The story we are going to tell you today is about the story of the lifeboat over luxury, a tale of true priorities. In the coastal town of Havenport, where the gentle hum of the sea blended with the clink of fine china and laughter echoing through elegant halls, a quiet tension was growing, a tension between practicality and the pursuit of luxury. Havenport, famous for its shimmering cobblestones and the latest in lavish comforts in every home, seemed to live in a world of refined beauty. Yet beneath that polished exterior, a warning was whispered by nature itself. A storm was coming, one that would force the town to confront its misplaced priorities. At the heart of this unfolding drama was Cassius, a middle-aged engineer known not only for his gentle eyes and years of hard-won wisdom, but also for his deep concern about the town's relentless obsession with extravagance. Cassius believed that spending resources on ornamental luxury was like building a throne on shifting sands. In his modest workshop near the docks, surrounded by sketches and simple models of practical designs, he labored on a project few paid any heed to: a sturdy lifeboat crafted meticulously for emergencies. He often mused quietly, convinced that a safe harbor in a storm is worth more than a gilded seat, stressing that our choices should be guided not by momentary pleasures, but by the enduring needs of survival. In stark contrast to Cassius's sober outlook, the town's leadership had its eyes set on Splendor. At the grand town hall, its high ceilings lit by chandeliers that glittered like captured stars, the council gathered to decide on the next symbol of their wealth. Leading the charge was Mayor Helena, a charismatic figure whose love for luxury often overpowered a sense of caution. She painted a vivid picture of a chair so magnificent that it would redefine comfort and stand as the centerpiece of her office. The idea was that such a chair would not only exemplify the town's prosperity, but also attract visitors from afar, cementing Havenport's reputation as a city of refined taste. Yet while the council reveled in dreams of ornate furnishings, Cassius offered a very different proposal. He urged the council to look to the future and invest in something that could truly save lives. A lifeboat that would serve as a shield when the unpredictable sea turned hostile. His voice carried the urgency of his plea as he explained that it was not a matter of style, but of survival, a necessity for a town so vulnerable to nature's might. However, his thoughtful words were drowned out by the clamor for luxury, with many dismissing his practicality as dull and uninspiring. And so the lifeboat project was quietly set aside in favor of a chair that was destined to be envied by all. Days slipped into weeks, and even as dark, foreboding clouds began to gather over Havenport, the town remained fixated on its pursuit of lavish beauty. In the mayor's office, artisans worked with intricate care on the new chair, while Cassius continued his evenings, reinforcing the hull of his lifeboat with steady determination. One late afternoon, as the sun dipped below the horizon and splashed the sea with hues of crimson and gold, Cassius found himself at the docks. There, amidst the rhythmic crashing of waves, he noticed the turbulent waters growing fiercer by the minute. An old fisherman, his weathered face etched with tales of past storms, joined him. With a gruff yet sincere tone, the fisherman remarked that the restless sea and the signs of an approaching tempest were not mere coincidences. He reminded Cassius that the lifeboat was not built on a whim, but out of necessity. Cassius, nodding resolutely, agreed that nature had a way of erasing beauty and luxury in the blink of an eye, and that true preparation was the only safeguard against the unknown. That very day, the ominous dark clouds fulfilled their promise. A tempest descended upon Havenport. What began as a distant low rumble soon swelled into a deafening fury. The winds howled, the rain battered the ornate windows of the town hall, and the mighty sea surged with an untamable force. In the chaos, the townspeople scrambled for shelter. The magnificent chair, once the proud symbol of their wealth, sat abandoned in an empty office, its beauty rendered utterly useless in the face of nature's wrath. Inside the Grand Council chamber, pride gave way to panic. Mayor Helena's voice, trembling with fear, broke through the rising clamor as she pleaded for immediate shelter, lamenting the folly of building dreams on vanity. Amidst the confusion, a clear call for action arose from the harbor. Standing firm amidst the swirling chaos, Cassius raised his voice above the roar of the wind, urging everyone to follow him to the docks. He insisted that his lifeboat, built with care and foresight, was their only hope for reaching safer ground. His words carried an unyielding command to trust in preparation rather than in fleeting opulence. Desperate and shivering in the cold rain, the townspeople made their way to the harbor. In stark contrast to the abandoned luxuries of the town hall, the lifeboat shone like a beacon under the stormy skies. With practiced precision, Cassius and his dedicated helpers quickly loaded families and elders onto the boat, their eyes reflecting both fear and a sudden, deep respect for the man who had warned them. As he secured a frightened child, Cassius reassured them that the boat was built to carry them safely through even the worst of times, urging them to leave behind the useless trappings of luxury and focus on what truly mattered, their lives. As the lifeboat slowly pulled away from the chaotic shore, the tempest showed no mercy. Towering waves threatened to overturn it, and the howling wind seemed intent on chastising those who had ignored common sense. Yet, with a steady hand and unwavering resolve, Cassius guided the lifeboat through the surging waters, each creak of the wood a reminder of the peril they faced. Hours passed like an eternity as the lifeboat bobbed amidst the towering waves. Its occupants clung to hope, each groan of the vessel echoing the danger surrounding them. And in that long, harrowing night, a quiet truth settled in the hearts of all aboard, a truth that had been whispered by Cassius long before the storm had struck. They came to understand that while luxury might charm the eye, it could never protect them from the raw power of nature. Instead, the simple, unadorned lifeboat became their true sanctuary, a vessel born of foresight and built on the understanding that life itself is the greatest treasure. As dawn broke and the storm finally subsided, the lifeboat reached a sheltered cove. Exhausted yet safe, the survivors stepped onto the pebbled shore, their faces etched with both gratitude and regret. The storm had stripped away all pretense, revealing the stark truth that had been hidden behind their obsession with luxury. In that quiet aftermath, Mayor Helena stood among the remnants of the town's former glory. Gazing at the calm sea and then at the battered yet steadfast lifeboat, she realized the painful lesson of the day. In a voice that mixed sorrow with new wisdom, she acknowledged that their pursuit of vanity had blinded them to what was truly important: survival. She declared that the lifeboat would henceforth serve as a symbol of their commitment to prioritize safety and wisdom over superficial splendor, and that future projects would be built on practicality and careful planning. From that day forward, Havenport transformed. The town council redirected funds from extravagant projects to essential measures, strengthening coastal defenses, training rescue teams, and building more lifeboats. The Grand Chair, once the pride of their halls, faded into a relic of a misguided era, a constant reminder of the time when priorities were misplaced. Cassius, now celebrated as both a hero and a visionary, continued to work in his humble workshop. His innovations, born of a balance between beauty and necessity, saved lives and weathered storms. His legacy was written not in ornate carvings or lavish displays, but in the enduring safety of a community that had finally learned to value what truly mattered. In the serene aftermath of the storm, as Havenport rebuilt and reflected on his future, Cassius's wisdom resonated like a timeless mantra. It would have been wiser to build a lifeboat rather than a chair for luxury, for a person must always understand the proper order of priorities. And so, beneath ever-changing skies and beside the enduring sea, the people of Havenport embraced a future where practical choices and wisdom sailed hand in hand, a future secure even in the face of nature's fiercest storms. Thank you for joining in this tale of foresight and the lasting value of putting safety first. May we all learn to build our lives on the foundations that truly sustain us.